Hello, happy Monday. Good morning, everyone. We are back for another chapter out of Stuck in the Stone Age. We are getting close to the end. So when we're done with all of this, we will be switching to either another chapter book or picture book. I will post some sort of poll in our Google Classroom as to which ones you would prefer. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Chapter 29. As her body was flattened into a sheet 1 atom thick and twisted around itself 500,000 times, Marissa prepared herself for the worst. She couldn't understand why they'd wound up in Thomas Edison's research lab in 1879, and she had no idea where the time machine would send them next. Fortunately, the machine was behaving exactly as Dr. Vasquez had pre-programmed it, to go back to 1879 for Thomas Edison's autograph, then return to the press conference just in time for the triumphant climax of her presentation. It landed back in the Cease Auditorium, atop the black velvet cloth 3 feet behind Dr. Palindrome, at the very moment he reached the climax of his presentation. He held up Marissa's solar panel and the crowd, and crowed, "I've solved mankind's energy needs forever, with zero harm to the environment." The crowd gasped. Dr. Palindrome beamed. That was a heck of a gasp, he thought. They must be really impressed. Just look at their jaws dropping. It took him a moment to realize the jaw-dropping wasn't entirely about the solar panel. In fact, it was mostly about a giant metal box that had just appeared like a magic trick behind him. The crowd gasped again when Tom and Marissa stepped out. Marissa had heard the end of Dr. Palindrome's presentation, and she was both confused and angry. "What are you doing with my solar panel?" she demanded. The question was followed by a moment of stunned silence. Then an awful lot of things happened all at once. "Her solar panel?" yelled at least 3 reporters. "Tom's back!" yelled at least 5 scientists. "So is Marissa!" Dr. Vasquez yelled. "And my time machine!" "It's a time machine!" yelled at least 7 reporters. "Dr. Morris, so glad to see you again," Dr. Palindrome said, trying to stall for time as his eyes darted from one exit to the next. "Hey guys," Tom waved to the scientists. "We had the craziest week ever." "That's right," Dr. Vasquez replied to the reporters. "I've invented a time machine." "Wait a minute," yelled Dr. Overtree. "That's what's her name up there, the solar panel woman who ran off to the Buddhist monastery." "And Tom is with her," yelled Dr. Pulaski. 58 scientists and a receptionist ran to the stage to greet Tom back from the dead. At the exact same time, 106 reporters ran for the stage to question Dr. Martina Vasquez, inventor of the world's first and only time machine. And one sneaky weasel of a lab director tried to run for the door. "Stop that man," thundered Marissa. "He had tried to steal my idea." Fortunately, it is physically impossible for even a very sneaky weasel to push his way past 165 extremely excited people who were all moving in the opposite direction. Dr. Palindrome found himself stuck on stage, blocked by the crush of scientists trying to quiz Tom and the crush of journalists trying to quiz Dr. Vasquez. "Where were you?" Dr. Overtree asked Tom. "We were stuck in the Stone Age," Tom replied. "Dr. Morris and I accidentally went back there on the day that Dr. Vasquez unveiled the time machine." "Both of you?" Dr. Overtree turned to Marissa. "But I thought you ran off to a Buddhist monastery." "I've never been to a Buddhist monastery in my life. Who told you that?" "Dr. Palindrome." "It's not true," Tom yelled. "She was with me. We accidentally traveled back in time in the time machine and—" "But that's impossible," Dr. Salam interrupted. "We checked the security camera footage. The time machine never left." Who checked the security footage?" "Dr. Palindrome," the scientists all answered at once. "The same guy who just tried to steal my solar panel idea," Marissa cried out, "and lied about me being in a Buddhist monastery." "Hey, Dr. Palindrome," bellowed Dr. Overtree, swiveling his head and searching the crowd for the director. "Did you know where they were all along? Did you set them up so you could steal the solar panel idea?" "Where is Dr. Palindrome?" "Block the exits, everybody." Catching a whiff of scandal, some of the reporters who were crowding around Dr. Vasquez for the news of a lifetime time machine turned around and started asking questions about Dr. Palindrome and the solar panels. "Is this a scandal? Is the director of CEAS a crook? Where is he? Did anybody block the exits?" Dr. Palindrome hadn't managed to get to an exit. Instead, he ducked inside the only hiding place he could find in the middle of the mob stage. the time machine. And he listened to the growing anger of the crowd outside. He knew his goose was cooked. It was only a matter of time before he'd wind up in jail. Dr. Palindrome didn't want to go to jail. There was only one alternative. So he pulled the long green lever. The time machine disappeared. 167 people gasped in surprise. "Oh, for crying out loud," moaned Dr. Vasquez. "Not again." 54 more minutes, yelled Jason the janitor as he tapped his watch. "Then I'm booting you all out so I can clean this place." Just FYI. And that's the end of chapter 29. Come back on Tuesday, tomorrow, for chapter 30. I'm also collecting a Google Doc full of links for all of these videos that you can find in our Google Classroom account. So I hope that you go back and watch the ones you haven't seen, and stay tuned for more.